Check this out. These thumbnails were generated in under 2 minutes. Now look at these animations. Again, under 2 minutes. Let me show you how you can set it up for yourself. I've linked this in the description below, so go ahead and open it, then click right here on code and download the zip file. Now, while it's downloading, go to antigravity.google and then download it. Make sure it's the right version for your operating system. Now go wherever that zip file was downloaded, unarchive it, open Antigravity, the app you just downloaded, and you should see something similar to this. This is an IDE. It was mainly made for developers, but now people started using it for much more. They are automating skills with it, making it do their work. Now you have to log in with your Google account. Now I'm on a Google AI Pro subscription, which is around 20 bucks a month, and it lets me use these models more than the free version. You have a button right here, toggle agent. This will open your AI agent. In here, you will be able to talk to Gemini. Use their latest model because it's the best one available, Gemini 3.1 Pro, the high version. And then you have two modes right here, if you want to plan something or if you want it fast. For this, we only need to go with the fast mode. Let me show you what settings I've made. So go right here in settings, open Antigravity user settings, and you have these two, which are really important, the review policy and then the terminal command auto execution. For both, I asked for review. So before it does anything, I have to approve it. Now this is basically it. Now go ahead and press on open folder and search for the folder you just unarchived. Go ahead and open it. You can trust the authors. Right here on the left side, you'll have a bit of something that seems technical. Don't worry, it isn't. These are just skills that your agent on the right side has. These are things I created that help me do my work faster. So basically, instead of spending 2 hours building a thumbnail on Canva, now I just tell it what I want it to build. I just defined the skills once, and now I can use them every time I want to do that specific thing. Now some of the skills will be just a simple MD file. MD stands for Markdown, it's just a file format. If you open preview, you'll see something like this, looks just like a documentation, don't worry about it. But some of them will also have scripts. These were entirely created by the AI, so I haven't written a single line of code for this. Each one of these skills could be a tool that someone is charging $20 for. Let me show you how to actually use these skills. So, I've created a skill that will help you change your style. You have to teach it how you think. You want the thumbnails to be custom. You want your style to stay the same between all your content pieces. I have this skill right here called Style Changer, which helps you define everything else. So I taught it to change the other skills based on the answers you'll give to this Style Changer. So in order to use it, in this chat window right here, you have to mention it just like you do on social media, and then you just write the file name. It's called, for all of them, it's called skill. So just search for skill. You have to select the one from Style Changer. You can see here that you have the entire file path, and then you can tell it to start to run whatever you want because your agent will also be thinking. You don't have to be strict. This is a probabilistic system. So start. Now it will ask you a couple of questions. So you set up each one of these skills. Don't worry, it will be pretty simple. So welcome to the Style Changer wizard. I'll be guiding you through a step-by-step interview to customize this workspace to perfectly match your brand. See, until now I've only told you about the thumbnail generator and the motion animator skill, right? So you can create motion animations, you can create thumbnails, but that's not everything. So it will also search on YouTube for trending topics in your niche for other YouTubers who are on the same niche as you. What is your channel specific niche or main topics? I'll just customize it for me. AI automation. If you want to go to the next line without sending the prompt, you have to press Shift plus Enter instead of just Enter, because Enter will send the prompt. Now for the second question, who are the top 3-5 YouTubers or competitors in your niche? Okay, you want to be specific here. You want to find people who has similar content to you, people who you look up to maybe, people who you want to take inspiration from, but don't copy them. This will just find the most trending videos so you get ideas for your own content. And I'm just gonna paste the links here. Okay, I'm just gonna go with 3, but I strongly recommend you add more so you find more ideas because it's gonna look at the content for the past 5 days. Okay, then it's asking us what are our core evergreen topics. So I'm just gonna talk mainly about AI automation. Again, add as many things as you want, but make sure they are specific to your topics. Then it's gonna ask you for your channel URL right here. So just go ahead and send it so it has context about you. Awesome, now send it and it's gonna update these skills with this context that you just gave it. But we have a few more steps in order to be able to use them. As you can see here, it already says that it edited one of my skills. You can check the file changes like this. So it added the specific competitors that we have. And then our core topics, you can accept the file changes. And then as you can see, it's asking us some different questions for our tone and personality. This is for generating our video hooks and scripts. This is the skill I'm using the least, but still it's a skill that will help you not start from an empty canvas while doing your videos. Educational, and I hope it's energetic. What are some words or phrases you hate and never want me to write in scripts? So I hate when the AI is saying things like punchy. What is your standard video intro? Cold open. We don't have a standard for this. Let's send it. So it's just like talking to an AI. If you send something wrong, then you can just stop it and then answer again. You can press on this button right here and answer again, because it does have context of the conversation you're in. Okay, accept the file changes right here, and then your hook style is now logged in. Visuals and setup. Okay, this is really important. Here you define how you want your thumbnails to be. Okay, so for me, this is the most important part. So we're gonna take the time and answer this carefully. I'm just gonna answer clean, intense, and then for the second question, for the background style, I'm gonna reply with dark mode plus dim techie backgrounds. Then for the third one, what are your accent colors? So what are the colors that will mostly appear on your thumbnails? So just write the color codes here. Are there any specific graphics or elements you frequently use? You decide here. Again, if you have some examples, give them. But I want the AI to choose for me. What type of typography do you use for your thumbnail text? Something clean and modern. Then 6, what is your preferred lighting style? Okay, cinematic for sure. Then 7, setup instructions. So this is not actually a question. It's asking you to do something. So please upload a clear cutout image of yourself and place it. So, you know, on thumbnails, you have your face, right? So you have to upload a picture of yourself. So we keep it real. We don't want the AI to generate some random people. So it's telling you exactly where it wants you to update this. So in the agent directory, then skills, thumbnail generator, resources. So it's right here, search for thumbnail generator, resources. Now you can click on the resources folder and open it in Finder by clicking this right here. And you'll be able to see this. So open the resources. Right here, drag the picture you found of yourself and rename it to subject. Awesome. Now it will also show here. And then you have to confirm it. Just say done or something like that. Now let me show you one more thing. So basically I want my AI to also add logos for other things. So I'm usually using these logos right here. For Gemini, for Claude, for Antigravity. As you can see in the thumbnail of the video you just clicked. AI isn't able to generate logos entirely. You have to add them here, and Antigravity will use them in generating our thumbnails. Send the prompt, but think of what logos you need and what logos will appear on your thumbnail. Okay, it registered our visuals for our thumbnails. Then the brand colors and UI. So we have one more awesome skill, which is generating motion animations for us. And now we have to define our style for these. I want them to be similar to our thumbnails. So it's asking us what are our primary colors, and I'm just gonna say same ones. Then for the second question, dark mode. Then for third, I don't have any fonts in mind, so I'm just gonna tell it to pick them. And send. Don't forget to accept the file changes. Now we have one more skill, which is great if you want to have presentation like videos, if you want to share your screen with the actual info you have inside the video. And this will create these presentations for you. I'll let you test it, but let me give it the style. I just want it to be simple and clean. Awesome, and I think this was the last step. Okay, you can now call any of these tools. Accept the file changes and let's actually start using the skills. We still have to set up parts of some of them, but let me show you how they work. So we have this awesome skill called YouTube Researcher that goes on YouTube and searches what's trending in your niche right now, what people posted and on what did they get a lot of engagement. So let's tell it to run. Now we can just collapse the skills right here so we can see what's happening. So it's searching for the YouTubers we gave as examples. Then it's also searching for news. And as you can see, it's searching with filters. So the videos must be after 5 days ago. It's also searching for our channel. So it sees what videos we have. And it is pretty much done. So it created this file right here. You can accept the file changes. Then it also created this folder called research and it added this file. It also gives us an answer, but let's just check the file. You can make this a bit smaller so you see it. Right click it and open preview. Again, if you click twice, then it will go back to this. It gives us the verifiable trending videos for these people. It looks at what's trending and it gives us a personalized ranking out of them. So let's take the first one and go to our second skill. Let me just open them again so you can see. Title generator. So for this video right here, we can create our own titles and ideas. So let's again mention the skill. This time it's title generator and then paste the other video. You don't have to do this in a specific order. You can just run the title generator for your ideas. And let me show you what it did. So it created this directory called titles. Then you can right click open preview and you can see the titles it generated. So it generated 5 that target search. Search means people search for these specific keywords. And then browse means titles that seem interesting, that people want to click when they see them in their feed. Okay, so let's say that we've decided to go with this title. Now we want to build a thumbnail for it. This is the part you've all been waiting for probably. We still have one more little configuration to do. So I found that OpenAI has the best image generator available. I mean, maybe not for everything, but for thumbnails, it works great. We need to get an OpenAI API key. So head to platform.openai.com. Then you can log in with your ChatGPT account. Then you can click on settings. You'll need to verify your organization, or you can just verify as an individual, but you need to verify yourself. This is a process you can follow right here. It's pretty simple and you'll get, I think it was instant verification for me. Then go to API keys, click on create new secret key, give it a name. I'm just gonna name mine test. Select the project, it will create a default one for you, so select it and then create secret key. Okay, so this is an API key. Don't share this with anyone. Anyone who has this will be able to access your account. So copy it, store it somewhere safe, just like you would store a password. Again, I'm just sharing this right now because I'm gonna delete it after this tutorial. I have other keys that I'm using in production right now. So just copy, go back to Antigravity, open the .env file right here, click on this line and then just paste it. Now there's one more thing you have to do. So you have to set up billing, because the image generation costs. So you can add $10 here. This should be more than enough. I'm not sure, but I think it's 4 cents per thumbnail or maybe a bit more, but it's pretty cheap. And now we are ready to use our thumbnail generator. Let's take this one right here because this is more wow. This is targeting browse, not search. I just copied the title and I'm gonna mention skill and search for thumbnail generator right here. Okay, this one. And then you can paste the title. You just have to give it the title and then it will come up with some ideas which you can choose from. And if you don't like any of these ideas, you can tell it to generate more. You can talk to it just like you talk to ChatGPT, or you can come up with your own ideas. You can think of whatever you want and then you can tell it to generate that. Now I'm just gonna run it to show you how it works. So it gave us 5 options with the style we have defined. Agents are here. Okay, this one is great. So let's go with one. Let's see if we like other titles as well. Okay, I also like the second one. Chatbots are dead. This is targeting something that I don't usually target, but let's just generate the thumbnail because I want to see how dramatic it can look. Okay, and option 5. If you don't have Python installed on your computer, it will install it for you. If it doesn't work, just go on Google and search for Python for whatever operating system you're on. I'm on a Mac, so I'm just gonna search for Python for Mac, download, and then I'm just gonna download here and install it. Again, it will try to install it. If it doesn't work, you'll have to download it manually. It means that it doesn't have access to your global files. And it's trying to run a Python script right now with a prompt that it generated itself. It gave it all the details we have gave him in the beginning when we set it up. It's asking us whether we want to run it or not. Okay, so run. Let's go and make this a bit smaller. It's asking us if we want to create a second one, and while it runs, let's check the first one. Agents are here. This one looks awesome. So it's exactly on our style, it's cinematic. Okay, it also created a second one, thumbnail the evolution. Okay, it added the logos for N8 and Claude and also some nodes. The new meta, this one is a bit more serious. Then now it's creating the third one. Okay, now it's trying to create a fourth one. It created a third one, which is called, I think it's this one. No, this other one. Chatbots are dead. Oh, this one looks great. Let me try to make it a bit bigger. looks awesome. So the background looks amazing. We have a teal glow behind us, which makes us stand out, and it looks really nice. It also added a tech-like interface for this one. Man, this is crazy. Okay, all of them are generated. Let's see the last one, which is the one with revolution in its name. Okay, I like this one the least. I don't like it. I'm not gonna use it, but still it looks pretty good. Okay, so this is the thumbnail generator. Let me show you one more way you can use it. So you can just mention the skill again, thumbnail generator. So I'm just gonna tell it exactly what I want it to generate. So generate a thumbnail for Antigravity versus Cloud Code. It should be like a boxing match in which I'm the referee. You can come up with these ideas yourself. You don't have to go with whatever it is throwing at you. But taking inspiration out of it does not hurt. And I found out that it does amazing. Okay, now it's trying to generate this thumbnail. I gave it little details. It's gonna use our darkish style. If we don't want that for a specific thumbnail, we can tell it to adjust. It's done. Boxing match, it's this one. Looks awesome. Awesome. Let me check it full size. I actually have this video posted, but then I think I'm gonna change the thumbnail to this one. Now that we are done with the thumbnails, let me show you the best thing I ever did in this whole project. So we have a skill that creates motion animations, you know, things that move around when someone edits a video. These things are really hard to build, so an editor would spend hours on them. Let me show you how my workflow works. So go ahead and mention the motion animator skill, or however I've named it. Okay, it's motion animations, and then explain what you want. We're gonna start simple. Let me show you something small now. So a loading bar moving from 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, make it modern and clean. The background should be black. And let's end it. This one takes a bit more than the one that generates images, because it's gonna generate the code for our animation, and then it's gonna extract a video out of it, a video that you can import in any editing software that you're using. There's a tool, I'm not gonna name it, but there's a tool online that costs like 30 bucks a month, which does this exact same thing. It created the code for it. You don't even have to check it. It tells us that we can open it, check it, and then it can export it into a video file. But I'm just gonna trust it. Go ahead and export it. Now it's gonna run another script. This time it is a Node script. The first time it's running, it's gonna try to install Node on your PC. Again, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't have access to your file system, you have to go on Google, search for Node, download. It's this one right here, nodejs.org. Download the right one for your operating system and then install it. This should be pretty simple. Just download the installers. Don't go with the command line because it gets a bit more complex. And also you might have to restart your PC after you've installed it. Okay, now let's see what it does. So it's in our terminal, it's running a Node script and it's running. It shows us the progress. We can accept the file changes for this. And it is done. Now we have this motion animations folder right here. For each animation, it will create a new folder. It will have some code files, but you also have a video file. Right click it, reveal in Finder, and let's check what it did. Play the video. This looks great. This would have took like 30 minutes or 1 hour to animate. We've done it in a single prompt. Okay, we can also build this with transparent backgrounds, which is crazy because we can have something showing on the screen and then motion animations moving around us. So let's try and do that. Let's build something a bit more complex. If you give it more details, then it will be more specific. Right now we've only told it to build a loading bar. I'm gonna take some inspiration from another skill that we have right here, which is motion extractor. You give it a script and then it finds moments where you could add some motion animations that would make the video more interesting. So let's mention the skill. The one from motion extractor, let's search for it, this one, and then you'll have to give it a script. So I'm just gonna take a random one. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. If you want to show this only the hooks, you can only give it a hook, any part of the video you'd like, and then send it. And now it will extract parts where it sees fit that you could add a motion animation. By the way, guys, this is something I use daily. This is something that is saving me around 10 hours per week or more. The first one is a trend graph drop. So it will be like a graph which has a trend going down. Now it already gave us the prompt. The second one that it suggested should be a deterministic flowchart. I don't even understand how this will look. It also suggests the background type, if it should be a color or if it should be transparent. Let's try to choose two which sound more interesting. Okay, this one sounds good. Let's build 4 and 1. So 4 has a background, 1 is transparent. Send it. It started creating them. If you open motion animations, you'll see more animations here. And it is done. It's asking us whether we want to run the export, if we want to create the video file out of the HTML animations. Let's run it. Let's also run the second one in parallel. And let's wait for them to finish. Okay, this one actually canceled. I think it can only run one at a time, which is okay. We can open multiple agents by clicking on the plus button right here, and you'll find your old agents here. We can accept the file changes so we don't see all these things right here. Okay, the first one is done. Now it's asking us if we want to export the second one, run, and let's look at the first one while it's loading. This one is transparent if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it added here. Okay, it looks great. Let me make it a bit bigger. Looks awesome. The second one is also done. Let's check it as well. Revealing Finder, play. Looks pretty good. I think these lines were meant to be right here. So let me show you how to fix problems when they appear. I'm just gonna tell it what the problem is and he's gonna try and fix it. In the meanwhile, we can check the HTML. Just press on the index.html, open Revealing Finder, and then open with Chrome. And you're gonna see the animation right here, so we can see that it's being solved in real time. Then go back to Antigravity. So it started editing it. If we look back at this, we'll see the changes in real time. It added them in the middle, which I think this is the intended, maybe. Let's accept the file changes and just send him a screenshot of the animation. Let's see if it thinks there's something wrong or not, if it thinks these elements right here should be between the squares or not. So I'm just gonna copy it and send it a screenshot. I'm telling you that the lines are not between the squares. It did something. Let's go back to the HTML file and now it works great. Awesome, this is exactly what we wanted. Now it tries to run export again, so just run it. Guys, I've seen something right here. Even if the background is not transparent, the file name will be export transparent. But that's okay, this is just naming. If after this one finishes, I'll show you how it looks in CapCut. Don't judge me for using CapCut, I'm trying to be fast. Okay, it's done. So it's this one. Let me first reveal it in Finder. Let's see if it's also fixed here. Now if I play it, it looks awesome. Awesome. Even the text looks awesome, see? Let me just drag and drop it from the Finder and just put it on the timeline. Now if we just play the video, it's just gonna show up. Okay, the resolution seems 1 pixel smaller, so we can just drag it. This looks awesome. We can make it a bit shorter, just cut a video. And now we have a visual display of what we are talking about inside the video. Now this is one I did yesterday, I think. Look how awesome this one is. This was built with this same tool we're using right now. Now, these are the main things I have in this project right here. There is some other stuff as well. We also have a presentation generator, the one that I mentioned earlier. It's gonna help you create presentations for your videos if you just want to share your screen and talk about a specific topic. You can read through what it does if you open preview here. You have a when to use it, how to use it. Then you also have a readme file here, which teaches you everything that I've taught you in this video, almost everything. And then you have another skill called skill creator. If you can think of anything that you do daily on a computer and you think it can be replicated by AI, then you can use this skill to create other skills, which is awesome. I use this one to create all the other skills we have here. We also have the hook generator, which I'm not really using. I don't like it as much yet, but I'm gonna work more on it. And I guess that's everything. If you ever want to change your style, you can just call this style changer skill again if you don't like something. If you only want to change a specific skill, then you can just tell the AI right here to change it. If you want to have different steps, if you want to do different things. Now I'm thinking of turning this into a proper tool, so you don't have to set up anything yourself. Just open it, type your idea, and then we'll do everything that I showed you for you. If that's something you think I should build, then drop a do it in the comments. And if you know a creator who's still wasting time on thumbnails, send them this video. See you in the next one.